41. First professional game, 1990, Watford versus Millwall, Vicarage Road, lost 2-1. Goal scorers, Malcolm Allen, Teddy Sheringham, although it wasn't given, and it shouldn't have been given, and our goal was Andrew Kennedy. If you go back to 1990, it's 21 years ago. The football as a career was obviously an option, but the money in football wasn't as good. A top player, this sounds silly, but the top player then was earning £10,000 a week at the best. Whereas now, at 18 years old, 19 years old, there's players earning £10,000 a week. Now it's more than it's a career just to get in there. Whereas before you had to get to the top to make it a career. And with that, obviously, I suppose there's more competition. There's good sides and bad sides. I mean, the good thing is that because the competition is much better, a lot more foreign players in English football now, which means that the English players have to try and be better to survive. More competition breeds better attitudes and therefore better skills. 1990, when I made my debut, it wasn't a career. It was just that I was playing for the team and that was it. And now, 2011, I've had my career, most of my career anyway, and the difference is that it's trying to maintain that. It's trying to know what you've done before. You try and improve, and even at 41 years old, it's not that I'm going to be better than I was when I was 21 or 20 or 31, but there's certain areas which I have to improve on, which at 21, 31, I didn't need to be so good at, if that makes sense. Constant evolution. Everything beyond the rules, if you like. And football is about 2 goals, trying to score goals. That's the same, but the mentality from coaching, playing, even viewing, supporters, everything's changed. No, not at all. Not at all. I'm sat here 41. I can say, oh yeah, 21 years as a professional, no problem. But it's every year is hard. Every year. When I was young, Gary Thompson, he said to me once, and a group of young players, he said, look, when you sign a contract, he says you have to work for the next contract. And then you have to work for the next contract. And then the next, and it's the same thing time and time again. And for every team I've been in, there comes a point where it's like, okay, well, I need to play, I need to keep playing well because I need to sign another contract. I need to continue this. Now, fortunately, 21 years down the line, I'm still in a position where I have a contract, but every year is difficult. Every year is hard. There's some 23-year-old who wants my job. It's tough. It's tough. It's the only job I know. Is it the best job in the world? I'm sure there's some wonderful jobs out there. And I don't mean movie actors or pop stars. I know because the pressures are still the same, but I can't complain because it's given me a fantastic life. The difficulty is, as I say, back in 1990, a player. There's a lot of similarities because a young player, 15, 16 years old, he can look at football as a job, as a career, and because you have to commit so much time on the field and off the field to being a good footballer, it's easy just to let everything else go. I know we're going to talk about education, and that's probably one of the key areas. When you're at school, you're probably the best in your team. If you're going to get any career, you're the best in your school team. You may be the best in your district or county team. You might be one of the best in your youth team, so to speak. So it's easy just to think, I'm going to make it. Neglect everything else. But obviously there wasn't a reward as much when you were playing in 1990. Whereas now, if there's an opportunity for a 10 or 11-year-old to go to an academy or a centre of excellence with a Premiership club for sure, it's kind of like I want to get 10 grand, 15 grand a week. I want to be a £1 million a year player, and therefore the lure in a lot of players' eyes, I believe, is financially driven. Whereas before it was about getting into a team and the accolade of being the best. At Liverpool, it was bad. It was difficult to take because it seemed it was all me. The reason Liverpool weren't good, it was all me, and it took a little while to get used to. After that, I don't care. I don't care about what they say simply because they have to do what they do as a job. What I do care about is the fact that I can put myself in a position to be criticised. And with England, on a number of occasions, I've done things badly. And then I suppose the comfort is that I know what I've done wrong. So therefore, if someone says something, it's like fine, but at least I know why I'm doing things wrong. In the past at Liverpool, I wasn't sure what was wrong. So when someone's criticising you, you don't understand, then it becomes panic. Whereas now we're in the Championship, people don't care. I like Fabio Capello a lot. For international football, Fabio Capello. Very clear, concise, do this, do that. If he didn't like something, I don't like this, I don't like that. And everybody knew exactly what he wanted. Club manager, Harry Redknapp. He was, because he had so much, I can say, he gave people trust. And if you abused the trust, you never again. But if you were good with him, he was good with you. And Harry was very, very good. Anton Sobieski. I've been lucky. At Liverpool, Robbie Fowler, Steve McManaman, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney. There's been some very good players, but all okay as players, very different. When we're on the pitch doing their thing, very, very different. Everyone is very different, but the latter group there, the English players, the England players, I say, the likes of Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen, I mean, they're mentally very strong. Their desire, again, when you talk about practice, you go on a training field, the coach says, do this, do that. Some players, okay, go in. Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, do this. Then afterwards, they're doing more. They're doing something else. And when you see that and you look at them, you think, Dave Beckham, exactly, just free kicks, practice. And you think, okay, that's good. And for me, they're the best players. I think, well, Michael Owen always scored past me. Okay, right, yeah, good. He was good. Ronaldo was good. Wayne Rooney probably, because he's just an animal. Paris Saint-Germain. When I was younger, I had a Paris Saint-Germain kit, and we played against them for Liverpool in the UEFA Cup semi-final. It wasn't good. We lost 3-0, which was very sad. But Paris Saint-Germain, I like France. I've been on holiday a couple of times, and yeah, it's good. Quelle sorte de situation économique et politique en France à présent? I keep playing. I have, like you, I'm doing my coaching badges. So the idea is to play for 2-3 more years, whatever. Get my coaching badges, become manager. Yeah, manage. Yeah. I mean, I say it's not the best job in the world, but I love football. It's beyond being a first-team international player, whatever. The game is so good socially for a community. To have a team in your community that everybody looks up at and says, yeah, that's my team. If it's Bristol City, if it's Lyon, Paris Saint-Germain, whatever, for the local people, it can benefit everybody, not just the fans necessarily, but old people, disabled people, whatever. If a football club can do that, and to be a manager of a successful side would be good, but to be a manager of a side which has a strong bond with their community, that's something I'd like to do.